In this lesson, we're going to learn about triads. Triads are the most basic harmonic building block used in traditional Western music. And they use those three most basic scale degrees. Let me write this again this way. Put a little bit more on. So 1, 3, and 5. Often written just with 3, but we can extend it up into another octave. Now, if we think, for example, of our gloriously difficult to sing national anthem, you'll observe how oriented it is around the tonic triad. So 5, 3, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, altered 4, 5, 5, 3, 2, 1, 7, 6, 7, 1, 5, 3, 1. All you do is, you put a bit of drapery around a major triad, and you've got the first part of our national anthem. It makes it very kind of triumphant and military and these kinds of things, and it makes it difficult to sing because it's got such a huge range. Now, let's talk in general about triads. Triads are built out of 3 basic notes. You start with 1. The foundation of it is called the root, almost like the root of a tree. It's what's supporting the whole thing. Above that, you place a third. You place a note a third above, and very creatively, we're going to call that the third. You place another note a fifth above the root, as it happens, also a third above the third, but a fifth above the root. Guess what? We'll call it the fifth. Now, we commonly, conceptually, a triad is built in this way. A root, a third up from the root, and a fifth up from the root. Often, however, we will think of a triad not as a structure in pitch, as this is. I've written specific pitches and specific registers. Often we'll think of triads as a structure that exists in pitch classes. So, for example, if I write these notes, so C, E, and G, but just in various different registers, we can still talk about the presence of the C major triad, even though they don't exist in this neatly stacked form. We've got an extra fifth below, the third has been put an octave lower. So understand this triad in 2 ways. Conceptually, coming from a single note and a single register with specific intervals stacked on top of it, but describing something much more broad as any instances of pitch classes that could be stacked up, that the pitch classes could be expressed by writing them in this way, root, third, and fifth, as specific pitches. Now, most chords that we use are going to be triads. And we're going to just talk about what we call the quality of the triad based on the qualities of the intervals. They all have root, third, and fifth. In the case of, if we're in a C major scale and we start on the note C, we're going to have what's called a major triad, and we'll use a capital letter M for that. A major triad has a major third and a perfect fifth. So, major third, perfect fifth. Now, a minor triad, as it happens, if I imagine that this diatonic scale here is actually a natural minor scale, I can start here. I can use what in A minor would be 1, 3, and 5. Now I have a minor third and a perfect fifth. So whereas before, root, third, root, fifth, all together, root, third, fifth, major triad. Now I've got root, minor third, plus a perfect fifth. There's a minor triad. So I've got a minor third and a perfect fifth. Most of the triads that we use are going to be either minor or major, but there are 2 other qualities. if we start on the lower note of our diminished fifth, so already, we know all of the thirds in this collection are either major or minor. And we know that all of the fifths except one are perfect. That means that all of the triads I could build on any one of these notes, they're all either major or minor, except this one, where we've got a diminished fifth. And as it happens, we've got a minor third. So the triad that we get when we've got a diminished fifth and a minor third is called a diminished triad. Minor third, diminished fifth. Now if we imagine, and there's yet one more. Suppose we imagine that, again, that we're in A minor. And suppose we're using A harmonic minor. Then we might, although in practice we wouldn't really, but we could theoretically use the G sharp from the harmonic minor scale. So now, I still have a major third on the bottom, but now I've got an augmented fifth. So, very strange sound. This is called an augmented triad. So it's got a major third and an augmented fifth. So those are my 4 qualities of triad: major, minor, diminished, and augmented. And that's it.